This is going to be a little bit longer than what is normal. The reason for that is that I have a story to tell you that you probably will find quite interesting. And it's good to share testimonies and things that God has done or that you have seen and been a witness of to encourage each other in the faith. So 2 days ago, we had pulled into a parking spot in a plaza, and 2 spots over there was this vehicle, and my son was like, oh, I feel sorry for her. And I looked over and he was like, look at her shoe, and her shoe, like her heel was kind of like separated from the sole, but she was still walking on it, and actually it looked like she didn't even tie it up. And I was thinking maybe she broke her ankle and she was just like walking in the shoe, but like it was just a weird thing. So as we're trying not to look, but we're looking, and she is holding onto the truck, putting the water in the truck, but holding onto the truck as she walks around it. And my son was like, she's a mess. And I was like, yeah, I think she's either drunk or on drugs or something. So anyways, he said, and there's kids. And I was like, oh man. So we're going to call 911, and we took a picture of the plate in case she started to drive. I've never been in that situation before. And we went to go call 911, and there was a police car 2 rows over dealing with another situation. Jumped out of the truck, went over, and I told the police officer the concern about her not being all there. And he said, at first he said, there's nothing I can do, because he was already involved. And then he said, where? And as I was telling him, she pulled forward and was even closer to the police car. And I said, actually right there. So he jumped out of the car, walked over, and as he was talking to her, the truck lunged forward a little bit. And then he said, out of the car. So I know that we left and we came back, and the ambulance ended up showing up. There clearly was something wrong. We did pray for her salvation and for the children, because there was at least a young under a year old, and then there was another child. There might have been 2, we're not sure, like 3 in total. Anyways, I want to encourage you today, because that is somebody's daughter, somebody's friend, somebody's family member. And oftentimes when we don't see results in our prayers, sometimes we get disheartened. And I want to let you know that God is moving on your behalf today. When you pray, we're told that he answers our prayers. We are told that the fervent, effectual prayer of a righteous man availeth much. That's you. You're praying, and God is listening. And God is sending out his children to pray, to be there. Okay, so I've been trying to finish this video, and it was impossible today. So I'm sitting down, and I'm going to finish the rest of this. The video, the one that is going to be part of this, anyways, it's been one of those days. Can you tell? Okay, so I was talking about the woman that we saw in the parking lot. I wanted to remind fellow brothers and sisters not to give up praying for those people that are in your family that are in need of Jesus. And there's a host of problems for everybody. And I just want to say that don't stop praying. Don't give up, because somebody somewhere God is sending, and God is hearing your prayers and he's answering. So just because you don't see what's happening doesn't mean that God's not at work. He is at work. You just got to believe by faith. Keep praying and believing and asking for God to reach that person, and he will. Also, as a believer, we need to be asking the Lord to use us, because in these types of situations, we can be used. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to be somebody. You just got to, you do have to be somebody. You have to be a child of God. You have to be willing. You have to say, yes, Lord, here I am. Use me. Use my family. And a simple yes, Lord, is enough. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for somebody who's willing to be used of God. And you can be used in a parking lot. You can be used in a grocery store. What's with the faces? You can be used anywhere. And no, you don't need to know the entirety of the Bible. You don't need to know everything that's in there. It is helpful if you know some stuff, but just a simple, yes, Lord, here I am, and God will fill your mouth and use you wherever, whenever. All he's looking for is a yes, Lord. So be blessed and be encouraged that your prayers are being heard for those people in your family or your friends or your coworkers, wherever. God hears your prayers and is sending help or somebody to minister to them or whatever. God's at work.